Hey everyone, I'm Lindsay Perez, part of the education team for Clairol Professional. Thanks for joining us on our first ever Clairol Professional webcast series. This will be the first of many webcasts to come where we bring you the latest news, tips, and techniques to help you delight your clients. Today I'm going to give you some exciting updates and helpful tips from Clairol Professional. We also have our lead color master, Anita Gutierrez, to demonstrate an advanced color technique that you can use on your clients. Ever since we launched Clairol Professional Liquid Color, formerly known as Miss Clairol, we have heard from many stylists that they love the shine and conditioning from Soy 4-Plex, which is our most innovative technology. Clairol Professional Liquid Color Permanente has taken a giant step forward in its science of liquid hair color with Soy 4-Plex. This unique technology is a conditioning agent that provides the 4 signs of healthy-looking color, which are deep conditioning, reflective shine, multi-dimensional shades, and long-lasting results. The deep conditioning benefits of Liquid Color Permanente delivers up to 84% more deep conditioning than the leading professional cream. You may have noticed that our packaging is updated. Now all the bottles are packaged in individual boxes to make storage easier. The boxes are color-coded by tone, such as neutral, ash, gold, or red. You may have also noticed that the level and tone and Miss Clairol shade numbers are both still on the pack, but the order has been reversed. For example, 5GN, formerly known as 35G, represents our gold neutral pillar. 5GN now shows up on top of the Miss Clairol number 35G. The names like Sunlit Brown have been removed from the package, but you will still find them on the shelf swatch buttons. So when you go into shop, let's take a look at what you will find. You may have also noticed that we updated our product order for shelf placement at stores. I'll walk you through these changes so you can easily find your color the next time you shop. The shelf is now organized by permanency and form. The permanent colors on the left, starting with liquid, then with cream colors. The demi is in the middle, and the semi-permanent colors on the right. So now when you're looking for your favorite liquid shades, they are located on the left side of the shelf. And the shades are organized by tonal pillars, from darkest to lightest shade within each tonal pillar. For example, if you're looking for 5GN/35G, you will find it in the gold neutral section. Same idea would apply if you're looking for your favorite red shade like 3RR/203RR. Just look for the boxes that are color-coded red. If you need help selecting your shade, check out our Education Center where you'll find pull-out swatch fans and free education brochures with the latest information and techniques about our products. If your shade has been discontinued and you need a recommendation on what to use, look for this laminated conversion chart that should be hanging on the shelf, or ask a store employee. We made these updates to the shelf so that you can find what you need when you need it. You can also find more information on our website at clairolpro.com or contact the hotline at 1-800-221-4900 if you have more questions. So now that you've found your products, let's talk about formulation tips and techniques for using Clairol Professional Liquid Color. We have received some common questions about formulating with Soy 4-Plex. So here are some tips and advice to help you get great color results. First, when you mix with a developer, you should always use a Clairol Professional developer. For excellent and consistent shade results, try using a complementing Clairol Professional developer, such as Clairoxide or Pure White. Neither developer is better than the other. It's all personal preference. Clairoxide is ideal because it's a clear developer, so it's ideal for bottle application. Pure White is a cream developer, which provides a thicker consistency that's ideal for bowl and brush application. The next tip is how to improve gray coverage. When covering any percentage of gray, 20 volume developer is recommended because it is the standard developer for covering gray. The first thing to consider when formulating for gray coverage is what percentage of gray your client has. Always match the percentage of neutral in your formula with the percentage of gray in your client's hair. For example, let's say your client is a natural level 5 with 50% gray hair. Her main priority is to cover the gray, but she would like to see a natural golden brown. Because we're using a 2-ounce formula and she has 50% gray, you would mix 1 ounce of 5N plus 1 ounce of 5GN with 2 ounces of 20 volume pure white developer. You can always adjust the amount of neutral depending on the percentage of gray. If you're having issues with gray coverage even after using this technique, try adding a ½ ounce to 1 ounce of a neutral shade 1 level deeper than your formula. Process for a full 45 minutes and be sure to use a stabilized 20 volume developer such as Clairol Professional Pure White or Clairol Professional Clear Oxide. Another tip is how to tone down brassiness. So colors on the opposite sides of the color wheel counteract each other to create balance. If your client's color looks too orange or brassy, you can tone it by selecting an ash shade with a blue base. If you still notice brassiness in your color results, try adjusting your formula by adding a ½ ounce to 1 ounce of an ash shade 1 level deeper than your formula. For example, if you have a client with a natural level 3 and you're using 5AA/3060 with 20 volume developer, but find the color result is too warm, try mixing a ½ ounce of 4AA/37D. This will help control the warmth without significantly changing the depth. And for the final tip today, this is how to deepen reds. If you want to deepen reds, try adding a ½ ounce of a red neutral shade 1 level deeper than your formula. So let's talk about timing. Timing is minimally 30 minutes. However, 45 minutes is necessary for maximum gray coverage, high lift blondes, and reds. Though you may experience sufficient coverage at 30 minutes, for best results, allow for the full 45-minute development time, especially for resistant gray hair. Now let's get to the most exciting part about our business, which is to learn new color techniques to use on your clients. Anita Gutierrez, our lead color master, is going to show you step by step her technique to create one of the hottest looks of the season, which is ombre color with highlights. Stay tuned after the technique for answers to our most popular questions from stylists.
Hi, I'm Anita Gutierrez, and I am Clairol Professional's lead color master. Welcome. Today I'm going to show you a technique called ombre. Ombre is a French word meaning shaded. Shaded, in this case, dark, medium, and light ends. Very popular everywhere. This is a quick and easy technique that I'm going to share with you, and you can use it in your salon, and your clients are going to love it. This is my model, Brittany. Brittany has absolutely beautiful hair and long. But Brittany had what we see in the salon all the time, existing highlights, and there were many of them. So a lot of times when your clients come to you with this particular technique, sometimes you have to add the depth. And in this case, what we did is we used Clairol Professional's liquid color, 6N, and I really made her some existing roots. I needed that to look shaded for me because she had too many highlights up at the top. What I wanted to show you is when you start this technique, it's very, very important that you start vertically, especially with this length of hair. Vertically meaning longer. Okay, we're going to do this side panel, and I'm going to go on and do this side panel. And then what we're going to do is move all the way around the perimeter and work the same way. But I'm going to show you some really great techniques that this doesn't look like you see lines in the hair. Quick and easy, and I'm going to show you. But first, before I show you, I'm going to mix my color. Now let's talk about Brittany's formula. Brittany's formula, because of her existing highlights, I'm going to use our BW powdered lightener in a 10 and a 20 strength developer. Now, one thing I want to tell you is when you're using two different developers or two different colors, these bowls are great for that. One section is my 10, the other section is my 20. One of the tricks that I use so I can tell the difference, keeps you on track. I use a smaller brush in the 10, just a little bigger one in the 20. It just keeps you on track so you don't get mixed up. Always, for this particular technique, because of the fact it's shaded, this is such an easy way to use the same formula, different strengths developer. In Brittany's case, I'm going to use 10 volume at her mid and 20 volume at the ends, because that's all about those sun-kissed ends looking like lights. Okay? We're going to get started. This is the sectioning I'd like to show you all the way around of Brittany. Technique is very easy, but just make sure you take these sections and make sure they don't touch each other's. Okay? It's very important because of the fact it's got existing color on it. You don't want it to touch anything but what's right in front of it, and I'm going to show you how to do that. First of all, I'm going to take her first section down. I'm going to take my comb. One thing I must tell you what I like to do with this ombre effect is take a little bit of the front out, because I like to go back when I've finished and I like to paint on the lines. Just makes it look much more natural. So what I'm going to do is pin this right out of the way on this side. Now, this is a really fun technique. So what I'm going to do is split my section right in half. Now, in order so you don't get what we call a line of demarcation, so the hair color just shades and flows, what you do is you take a comb and you back comb it. And on your clients, depending on the length of their hair, you should stop mid-length right to the middle of the chin after back combing. Now, I'm going to start applying with the brush at first. Now, here, and just work really as fast as you can. And when you apply the first section, always go in and paint on like you don't want a line of demarcation. Don't just put the brush and go. It's so important. When using the powdered lightener, make sure it's not too dry. It should be wet and stay moist while on the head. That is my 10 volume. Now I'm going on to the 20. Make sure when you hit where they meet, you take the brush and you paint them like lines. Then I take a little on my ends with your lightener and you leave it. And you go right on to the next section. Again, we're back combing. Come down to the chin area. Another tip that I have for this Omni technique, it really works well with clients that don't have so many layers, okay? It works well with very soft, longer layers because of the fact it just flows. If it's too short and there's too many layers, it just doesn't look shaded. I'm going to finish up this section, and then I'm going to continue all the way around the perimeter of the head. Make sure when you get to the ends, because remember, that's where you want it to look sun-kissed even more. Apply a big amount of your color or your lightener and just smoosh it on in the ends. And there you have it. I'm going to go on and start my next section. Now this is the technique I wanted to show you really quick. When you get to the front, okay, as you can see, I've left out 2 pieces. So what I'm going to do is take my brush with the existing color or lightener as you're using, and what you're going to do is just paint it on, just so it connects. It looks much more natural this way. I'm going to go to the other side. You're going to take your brush, go back and forth, and just place it where you know it's going to show right around her eyes. It's going to make her eyes pop. And again, it's going to make it look very, very natural, like it's really sun-kissed from the summer. Okay. Now, we're going to let her sit here for about 15 minutes. I'm going to bring her back with the finished look, and you're going to absolutely love the way this ombre technique looks. There is one tip I'd like to tell you about when you do this ombre technique. If your client needs a haircut, it's always good to cut it prior to doing the technique. Because if you're going to cut it afterwards, remember the sun-kissed ends? You're going to cut them off. So let's do the haircut, the trim, the soft layers, so this look will look beautiful on the client prior to doing this. So this is our finished look to our ombre technique. As you can see, it's very natural. Look how it looks sun-kissed, just like we wanted it to. And after we shampooed her, I used our cream demi, clear mix, and 10N, left it on 10 minutes just to give it that reflective shine, to keep those 4 signs of healthy looking hair, which are deep conditioning, reflective shine, multidimensional shades, and long-lasting results. I am so excited that I got to show you the ombre color today, because it gave me the opportunity to show you how Clairol Professional gives you a complete toolkit for you to be a successful colorist. Now I would like to take you back to Lindsay. Thank you.
Now I'd like to go over a few questions you may have had about Clairol Professional Liquid Color. First question, why did you change the Miss Clairol formula? It was changed as a response to research among Miss Clairol users and liquid hair color users. The research showed that although there was a lot people loved about Miss Clairol, like the shade palette, the natural looking shade results, reliability of the product, and the ease of use, but we kept those elements that were working for you. But there was also feedback that Miss Clairol would benefit from a formula change that would enable it to deliver a truly healthy looking color result. That's why we introduced the Soy 4-Plex, an innovative conditioning color complex that delivers on the 4 signs of healthy looking color. Second question is, why use Clairol Professional dedicated developers? Clairol Professional Liquid Color Permanente was specifically developed to work with Clairol Professional developers like Clairoxide and Pure White. These developers were tested with Clairol Professional colors so you can experience excellent product performance when used together. Last question for today is, how do we formulate for Coppertone 44R? The best way to achieve results similar to Coppertone 44R is by mixing a ½ ounce of 6RN 31R with 1.5 ounces of 5RN 75R and 2 ounces of Clairol Professional Clairoxide or Pure White Developer. Well, that's it for today, but stay tuned for more to follow by logging into our website or check out our Facebook page. And in our next webcast, we'd like to feature techniques from stylists like you. So please contact us on Facebook at facebook.com/ClairolPro or through our website at clairolpro.com if you're interested in having your work featured in the next webcast. Thank you so much for watching, and remember that you can watch this at any time on our website, so let your friends know too. But we'll be back soon with new and exciting updates and techniques from Clairol Professional. I look forward to seeing you again. Thanks.